Hi, we're the Price family, and welcome to the Millennial Adventure.
Today we really want to talk to you about 5 different areas of your life that you tend to have relationships in. When we think about the Millennial Adventure, when we think about a millennial's life, we think about 5 different areas that they're going to have relationships.
We consider these 5 categories to be a part of this cycle that millennials is going to live through in their life. Now, we realize that not everybody is going to experience every single one of these relationships. Sometimes you might experience one and not the other, but we personally believe that every opportunity is a learning and growing opportunity. And so even though, I'm no longer single, I have a lot to learn from single people, And so you might find that, you might learn something in one part that's about family or marriage might actually help you in your work environment. And so we just kind of want you to have fun with us and kind of learn with us and grow with us in all these 5 different types of relationships that are part of this one cycle.
So the first is self, the second is together, the third is one, the fourth is family, and the fifth is spirituality.
So each week we're going to take one of those 5 relationships and we're going to focus on it. But each cycle, we're going to focus on one main theme or idea and say, what does that one main theme or idea look like in every single one of these areas of my life? So, for instance, the very first cycle we're doing is based off of feeling depleted or depletion, which we really think goes all the way back to uncommunicated expectations. And we're going to talk more about that in our videos. So the way it kind of works out is, for instance, with self, we're talking about, do you know yourself? Do you know what your strengths or your weaknesses are? Are you feeling depleted because you don't know what you're designed for and you're trying to find your purpose? And maybe you have some uncommunicated expectations with yourself.
The next one we're talking about is together and feeling like depleted in your friendships or your dating relationship. And are you giving and taking maybe more than your boyfriend or girlfriend or your best friend? Are you not on the same page? Are there expectations that you haven't communicated to them that you need in your relationship?
And then we talk about one, which is marriage. And we're kind of focusing on arguing. We don't believe that arguing is necessarily a bad thing. We think that arguing can actually create a more intimate and loving marriage, believe it or not. And so we're talking about from the aspect of maybe the reason why you have arguments that deplete you is because you have uncommunicated expectations towards your spouse.
The fourth area we're going to talk about is family. And maybe, I can say from experience as a mom that sometimes being a mom is depleting. All the time being a mom is depleting. And maybe there's some things that you can learn and grow in that can help you find ways to instead be depleted, grow from that and learn from that.
Yeah, specifically in the area of disciplining your children. We're kind of talking about how, one of the best ways to create good disciplines in your child's life is by clearly communicating your expectations and also the consequences for not following through with those expectations.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that one. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be lit. And the last one we're talking about is in spirituality, is kind of this whole idea of your faith is only as strong as what you put it in. And how the awesome thing about God is that He didn't leave anything for us in our own personal life up to guesswork. Instead, He very clearly lined out what a relationship with Him looks like and the power that is there. And so every 5 weeks, we're going to have a different subject we go over.
So we're really excited to bring some of those to your screens and just share our lives with you and continue to grow and learn ourselves as we're on this journey. And we also want to hear from you. So if there's anything that you're like, man, I'd love to hear about this or that, having to do with this or that relationship, we want to hear you. So comment, message us, whatever it is. If you have our phone number, text us. We want to know and we want to talk about what's important to you.
So if you don't want to miss out on any of our videos that we're putting together, as well as some encouraging posts and reflections for the day, don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe.
And follow along with us on this Millennial Adventure.